Hey, welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamers lunch stream. I'm Ranger J1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you guys here. If you're new to the lunch stream and wondering what in the hell is this is where we hang out with you good folks for the next hour or so. We'll answer your questions, we'll do a roster review, and we will let madness ensue and have a good old time. Of course, I brought some of my favorites people along to part of the RSG crew to entertain you. And let's introduce those Mongoloids right now. We've got, of course, the troll extraordinaire, Dr. Finn, medicine woman here.
Exit light, enter night. Take my hand. We're off to Never Never Land.
Thank you, Metallica. And moving on to the next person, we have the one monitoring the chat and scooping up all your questions. If you have questions, make sure you put question in the statement so we know that we can. It just helps us scoop it up faster by doing it that way. The one and only Gingivitis himself, the soulless one, sanely red.
Marriage is what brings us together today.
I mean, what the hell? We're just quoting movies and songs today. Okay, Grim is here. Grim the mechanic.
I put my pants on.
Okay. And last but not least, so from across the pond, we have the one and only Mike.
That's not a knife.
Oh my God. Well, that's our show for today. That's about all I can handle. I can't. I'm not in the mood. So thanks for stopping by. If you have, thanks for enjoying the show. If you'd like, give us a thumbs up. Blah 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 blah. All right. We have a roster review to do today, and then we'll do your questions. It's our Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. It is, and remember, we have our big show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. So make sure you check that out as well and spread the word about the shoe. All right, Dr. Finn, we've got a roster review today, and we are doing Haman.
Hammond, because then he goes ham and cheese.
No, it's Haman.
No, his YouTube name was ham and cheese.
I'm doing a Keel and Peel thing here, and I'm going to go Haman.
Isn't it ham and eggs?
Ham and
You know, it's like Jeffafa. It's Hamananan.
Hamamana da 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 da. Hamanana da 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 da. And they are in.
See, now Ranger's quoting songs. There we go.
And well, I do that all the time. And they are in scruffy-looking nerf herders. I've never heard of that guild before.
Really?
Or is it Humana?
Who's in the scruffy-looking nerf herders that we know?
I know I've heard of them. I don't know. Let me see. I'm sure there's that. If I go through the roster, I'll recognize. But
I'm sure
I've seen their guild before.
That's right. And they are a bunch of scruffy-looking nerf herders. All right, what is Hamamaman looking to get reviewed today, Dr. Finn?
Okay, so one is Squeets is first. He's also 2 raids away from unlocking his Treya, and this is when. Let me just double check because he had said this. Hold on, let me tell you when he said this.
I'm looking at the scruffy looking nerf herders. Leroy Jenkins is a member.
Oh,
there we go. Okay. So I don't see Treya yet, so he's probably about 1 or 2 raids away from unlocking Treya. So there's ham and cheese. He's in the chat. So we have ham and cheese there.
cheese.
Squeets, Squeets. He's almost pretty much a Squeets, and then Old Republic. What he should farm? He's farming Old Republic visas and Bosk. So Squeets and farming.
Okay, well let's look at Squeets. Running the Night Sisters. So, but we're about to unlock Treya, so we just need to go right to Sith. I mean, why are we even?
Yeah, he might not have a Zeta on Palpatine. Well, he does have a Zeta on Palpatine's lead.
That's fine. If he's going to go Treya, hopefully he's got the 2 Zetas ready to rock and roll with Treya when she unlocks, and the gear. Let's look at Sith.
Well, that might be a reason, because his nest is 297 speed.
Oh, very nice.
That might be why he was having problems with his EP team not doing too well.
Sure. So it's got Zetas on Scion, Emperor Palpatine, and Nihilus. Good to go. With Treya being unlocked, but you can run definitely Scion, Nihilus, and Treya. If you want, you can run. There's different combinations out there. You can go the Triumphant with Thrawn and Ness. Or you can throw Palpatine and Ness. You can go Thrawn Palpatine with the Triumphant with Trey lead. The thing about Trey lead, and I had to adjust mine, and I'm doing a little bit better, but I lost a little bit of speed, but I went all protection, and now that I've got her 7-star in Gear 12, I'm trying to increase my protection to where it's ridiculous amounts so she can survive. And if she can survive that initial wave, then you can isolate, burn. It's a pretty amazing thing. But you have to kind of rethink of your strategy with Treya. It's not about speed with her anymore. It's speed on your characters that you want fast, like Ness, Thrawn, but the other character for her, it's about survivability. So think about that when you're doing it. You want those protection main stats on your mods when you're doing her. I've got 4 of them on, and I'm about to. Since I'm looking at my mods for my arrow, I may just do a protection arrow as well. Screw it. I'll lose all the speed to get all the protections. So for arena with a squeeze, I think we're pretty set on the team. I mean, look at anything.
I am to that point though, and I know he's in the chat. Ham and Cheese, please tell me that you've been saving up gear in order to just push Treya immediately to gear 11 and get the 2 Zetas. Because what we're doing is assuming, because most people do, especially when they're getting ready, is that they push that immediately up. And so, if just for confirmation, do you have the gear and the 2 Zetas required in order to run Treya pretty much immediately when you unlock her? So. Well, we can wait for the chat, but then we can continue to move on here. But just I wanted to ask that question. So, yeah.
But it's pretty clear. I mean, who he needs to run. So, I mean, Night Sisters are cool. All the teams are good, but I mean, we're in a Revan era with the meta and stuff. And if you don't have Revan, your best bet is going to be.
There's a couple of different teams you can run. But
it's
there's Night Sisters with Barris. There is now one that's starting to come up, which is the Triumvirate with Thrawn, and I think Mike mentioned this yesterday as one of the teams. And I've looked into it a little bit now. I'm trying to see if I can get more videos on it to see exactly how it plays out, so I understand more of the mechanics besides just the res. But it's Ewok Elder as a 5th with the Triumvirate and Thrawn. That one is starting to show up as a counter. You have the Triumvirate with Thrawn and Sith Trooper as a potential, but again, you need a very tanky Treya. Lots and lots of protection in particular, not so much health because you don't get as much. You need a high amount of health and protection combined at the beginning, and protection gets you that, health really doesn't. And then there's the Maul with Triumvirate with slow Enfys, like Grim was mentioning. So there's a few different combos you can use, but I will start with Treya.
There's a new one I saw the other day where they're using the Triumvirate with Thrawn and a super, super fast Asajj.
Interesting.
It's an interesting. You pop Asajj's Dispel so you can fracture Revan. That's how it works, and it works really well.
Interesting.
And since she's one of the fastest dispellers, AOE dispellers. So,
well, if you can keep
you go.
Between her and San, if you can keep the buffs off them, that just makes it easier to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the issue you run into. So that's a possibility, with her.
I was very surprised when I saw that. I was like, "Oh, it works."
Awesome. All right, so that's kind of where we're at with your arena. That's what we needed to go with. So Ham and Cheese, let us know where
he said. By the way, he said he has 1 Zeta in the bank.
Good.
And he has some droid collars, so he may or may not have enough, and then the Carbantes.
Well, all right, so maybe not
He only has 2
immediately.
Carbantes, which isn't going to be enough. So I don't think he's going to be able to push to gear 11.
Not immediately, but that she's a priority. So get that
Yeah.
first Zeta on her leadership ability, and then your next Zeta is definitely your farming is going to be going toward her second Zeta, and then let's get the gear on her as quickly as possible because as soon as you can start running her in arena, the better you're going to be. So that's kind of where we need to go with his arena team. Now, what's the next thing we need to look at, Dr. Finn?
So for both
Old
Squeets,
Republic,
so we
right?
looked at arena, now fleet.
Oh, he wants to look at fleet as well.
Yeah, that's what Squeets is. Squeets is squad and fleet. Squeet. Coined by our own Miss McVenom, who's in the chat.
You don't know me.
Damn straight.
Ship lineup overall looks really healthy.
I'm gonna go into game and see what he's running because it may be
Need to
running.
keep farming Plo Koon.
Let's see. Game is going a little slow. There we go.
Oh, looks like Breast McGiggles is in chat today.
So he is running Chimera with Biggs, TIE Advance, and Slicer in the starting lineup, which I'm okay with. But the problem is that his crew is gear 7, 8. His crew is only gear 8. So you should not put Slicer in the starting lineup unless you gear up your crew some more. I would switch over to Imperial TIE Fighter because you have him at gear 11. Or potentially First Order TIE Fighter because he's at gear 11. But a gear 8 crew, that ship is going to get eaten. Your Biggs is gold, which is good. And so Biggs is fine for the starting lineup. You have Vader.
Sure.
Vader is fine in the starting lineup. I would just change your third starting lineup. I don't know who you're running in reinforcements either. But taking a look at it just to see kind of what you have available. Your TIE Reaper is 5-star. I would still finish it. TIE Reaper is still a good ship. It's not as good as it was, but it's still a good ship. So I would work on there. Who the hell is Val Bacon in the chat? Goddamn. That just threw me off. I just saw Val Bacon say hello there.
Hey, we've got a celebrity in the chat.
Where's Ted Danson?
Danza.
Yeah, where's Ted Danza?
God. Oh man, that just made me lose it. Okay, so you have to work on your TIE Reaper a little bit. Am I missing something? Because I don't see a Poe at all.
I don't see Poe.
It's there. It's 5-star, level 85. But his Poe is only 5-star.
It's there?
Gear 6.
I'm not seeing his Poe.
I'm not seeing Poe, Grim.
Oh wait. Sorry, I was looking at Poe. You're right. I don't see Poe either.
Yeah, you need to work
You've got
on
to get Poe. You gotta get Poe Dameron in there. Yeah.
That ship is ridiculously good because it comes off the bench and you can almost insta-kill pretty much any ship. When you get its reinforcement maxed up, when you get his ability maxed up, like he comes in and his ability cannot be resisted, cannot be evaded, it just boom and something can die. So work on Poe. He is a really, 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 really good ship. So that would be the one that I can see that could help you. Your Sunfac is also 5-star, and your Sunfac itself, the Sunfac ship is 5-star, and your Sunfac itself is 6-star and level 70 and gear 7. So Sunfac is also another really good ship that you should work on. He just put that he's using Phantom, Scimitar, Wedge, and First Order TIE. Yeah, I think it's your lineup that's causing you a problem. Now, your lineup makes sense just because of what you have available. You need ships that you're working on, though. There are certain ships that you're going to need, especially with where you are at 2.8 million GP. You should be getting close to getting these ships by 7-star by now. Otherwise, you are going to start falling behind a little bit. So yeah, definitely start working on Poe. Start working on the gear and the stars for Sunfac and Sunfac ship,
Well,
because that ship can come in and get you 2 stuns. Go ahead, Grim.
Sunfac's ship is really good, but don't forget they just made the Houndstooth farmable,
Yes.
and
2
that's an
farm Houndstooth as well.
amazing ship. Probably the best taunter in the game, I think, for ships, because
Let's see where
he
his
just does not want to die.
Where's his Stormtrooper? Oh, okay, your Stormtrooper is 7-star, so you don't get that benefit, but you'll get some Shark Shop currency, which should help you with gear as well. It's a good node because you get double, so you can always get free stuff from that, which is nice. So yeah, I would definitely say, yeah, I'm good if you start farming Houndstooth as well. It's a good ship.
And it looks like he's hurting for a tank other than Biggs, So.
Yeah. Okay. I know Am I missing it too? I don't see Slave 1.
Nope. We're missing some. Yeah, we're missing some good ships. So Poe's a priority.
Yeah,
Globa's
you
ship
need
is a
to.
priority.
We've said this before. For anyone, especially if you're free to play, right? So you're not going to be able to catch up. You should always farm characters and ships to 7-star before you start using gear for like Shard Shop currency for more gear and stuff, or the Shard, like the Galactic War Store, Fleet Arena. You should use your currency in order to finish off ships and even some of the limited characters like Fulcrum, Ahsoka, and Chirrut before you switch over to just getting Zetas. You're lacking in your ship depth. I think that's where your struggles are going to be.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've got some good ships, but you're missing some key ships that will really help you really be able to turn the tide in your battles and stuff. So boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, because when you get higher, right? So what you have is probably enough to get into the top 200, maybe even the top 100. I see you're at 123 right now. I can see with your lineup you being able to push into the top 100. When you start getting into the top 50, if you don't have some specific ships, it becomes very difficult to start moving up in the top 50 and let alone the top 20. So if you're going to get higher in ships, and I think you can, you have invested in a lot of the good ships. You should work on getting the ships that you're missing. So you just start putting that together. But I think that's where you're hurting in ships. It's just the lack of depth, and you can work on that here. We gave you a few ships here that you should work on. Some that you can work on starring and gearing up a little bit. As you work on those, I think you'll see some improvement. Okay.
All right. So let's filter. I heard the Old Republic.
Yeah, so now he's farming Old Republic, Visas, and Bosk. So we can look at his roster and see if that's the right stuff he should be farming, where he is on them. I am fine with farming Old Republic because it is moving you towards a journey / legendary / pseudo something in between character. And you should always go for those first. So always start moving in that direction.
Wow, I'm jealous of some of his mods. He's got like 5 that are over 20.
Very nice.
Speed secondaries. Good lord. I have 2. And I had to slice them to get them over 20.
So, yeah, if you're going to work on the Old Republic characters, that's fine. T3 in mission, you want to go star by star. So for me, like, I took them each to 4-star, then I took them to 5-star. Now I'm working on getting them to 6-star, so I'll get T3 to 6-star. Then I'll go back and work mission to 6-star. Basila, she's 6-star. I'm working on farming her, but I'm finishing my nest first. Once I finish nest, she's almost done. Then my plan is using my ship energy for finishing Basila. Then I'll go finish Jolie. He's the next character up, and then I'll go back and finish Zalbar. I am working their hard nodes, so just stay the course. I mean, it's a long farm. It's a grindy farm, especially as free to play. I'm not refreshing the nodes themselves for 25. I am refreshing the energy so that I get 8 shots out of them each day, and I'm getting between 2 and 4 shards a day for these characters on average. And so sometimes I get a little bit more, sometimes I get 1, but on the average it's 2 to 4. Except for the canteen. The canteen has been pretty decent drops for me. But you just that's kind of the plan of action that I kind of have right now. Finish Nest, and then I'll start throwing energy toward Basil, finish her up. Then I'll go double energy on Jolie. Then I'll go double energy on Zalbar. But yeah, farming these characters is totally fine.
Finn, Scrooge McDougal's in chat.
Oh my god.
I almost lost it when I saw that.
I know. And he's looking for the services of Grande and Grande.
I can't.
Oh my god. He keeps saying the Beagle Boys are trying to steal my gold. Dead.
I just can't.
Grande.
The things he unleashes on us. All right, so we're looking solid on the Old Republic. Now, for these characters, you only need to take them to gear 7, 8. The two you may want to focus on it for future use in teams is right off the back is Basila, Jolie. They're really great characters. The other ones are good, but get some other stuff done before you start investing gear and time and stuff into those characters. They're really good, but priority looking at your roster, just get them to 85 gear 7, 8, and leave them there. Do not do anything, and do not invest any gear or anything until you get them to 7 stars. If you get 7 stars, and then let's say you want to use Basil and Jolie, rock and roll, gear them up, put the Zetas on them, go have fun. But until then, we talked about this on a previous lunch stream that's kind of what I was doing, so that's kind of how you want to attack those. All right, so we looked at the Old Republic. What else do we need there, Dr. Finn?
That was it.
Okay.
He was saying that he's farming Bosk and Vistas, and those are fine farms as well. So
those are very
he's
fine.
in the chat. So if you have any other questions, Ham and Cheese, while we're reviewing your roster, just let us know. We can definitely do that. We'll start with questions here, but if you have any, then certainly we'll pick them up and we can definitely answer them.
Yeah, and if you would like a roster review, all you need to do is take your GG page and send it to Dr. Finn Medicine Woman. Make sure that he acknowledges it and responds, and then we will add you to the queue. About 4 to 5 weeks it takes before we get your roster review up, so be patient with us. I have a lot of people wanting roster reviews, and we try to do as many as we can. We average 5 to 7 a week, depending on the week and stuff. But we're knocking them out. Trust me, and we will notify you ahead of time when we're going to do your roster review, so you can watch us live while we're doing it. And that's kind of how we play the game. All right, let us get into some questions. And if Ham and Cheese, if you have any other questions, by all means, please let us know. And if not, then you can get with us later on. But absolutely get with us if you have any more questions. But I think you're on the right path. You're doing what you need to do. I think you're fine, buddy.
So I'm actually hoarding my energy for this weekend's freaking drop event.
Why?
Because Django's gonna be in the mod battles.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, I'm not bothering. It's not going to be 100% drop rate. I'm not losing energy. I'm not doing mod energy refreshes, so all it's going to do is cause me to lose energy. I'm not going to bother.
There's a cap on how much energy you can have, by the way.
If you start now, though, you should be fine. But because you can do all the refreshes and stuff in there. But I mean, mod energy, I'm not refreshing it because I don't spend any money. So the crystals are a waste to be put in mod energy right now because you know that they're going to be dropping something else. So I'm not using crystals for something that's not going to go.
I'm not using crystals, but I mean, I'm just doing the daily 3 and then saving the rest.
I'm sticking to my plan of farming these Old Republic characters. So.
Yep.
I have a plan. I'm sticking to it no matter what they drop at us.
I need to get I just got my crew over 60,000 health, so now my next goal is 65. So I'm working on that.
Even if it was Darth Malgus?
Well, that's
Darth Malgus is just going to be a Jedi.
Cool.
No, it's going to be a Jedi. It's going to be Jedi Knight Malgus. Okay, let's go to questions.
He was never, ever, ever, never, ever Jedi. If they did that, I would thrash them horribly.
That's his bestest friend.
No. Shame on you.
What's up, dudes? It's your bestest buddy in the whole freaking galaxy.
This is bestest buddy in the whole wide world, Jedi Malgus. Well, we're going to be laying some healing mollywops on our team. Even though we're supposed to be Sith and raining blood. I'm a little confused, but we'll make it work.
We need more urban. Okay, let's get a question, Stanley.
Mr. Pennypinch, question: what speed should my Night Sisters be to counter 3 Zeta Revan Jolie Jedi team? Talzin lead.
Fast. It depends on who you're facing. I mean, you want your team to be faster, and you do get 30 speed bonus. I mean, the Revan teams get about that as well, but
Right.
you
It's
just
a
need
wash.
you just need them to be fast. It just depends on. I can't give you a target speed because it depends on your target. Your target is a moving target because it depends on mods. I saw the question by Ham and Cheese, and so we can do that next because it's related. But the speed that you need is going to vary based on what the mods are of the people that you're facing. In general, you're just going to need to get them fast because they have to start going and spreading that plague and trying to get the healing reduction and stuff going. Otherwise, you're going to have issues. So they just need to be as fast as possible.
And then you still end up battling with RNG of how Revan decides to completely take out your Talzin 2 turns in a row so she can't res again.
Yeah. And then Ham and Cheese, I saw his question. He said, anything I can do with mods on current arena? So I know Grim was looking at his mods. Let me just
get all those 20s on your arena team.
Yeah, I mean, you have them. Okay, so mod-wise, I can just
between
see
Sith and his resistance team.
Yes, you are definitely spread out on your mods, so you'll want to consolidate them just for your arena team. And the other thing is, it doesn't look like you're fully taking advantage of speed sets. I'm trying to look to see, but just eyeballing it, it looks like you may not be maximized in all of your speed. I mean, you have a 297 speed Enfys, which is nice, but you may be able to get faster. Just kind of looking at some of your mods here and there, but you're fairly close. Yeah, you're just split up between 2 teams, and that's causing problems. So just
focus.
Yes, stay on target, and you're good. Oh, so really quick, Stanley, was the last question by Chewy?
Hold on. Mr. Pennypinch.
Oh, okay. Because Chewy, I just saw asked a question that asked, how much faster do you need your Night Sisters than the opposing Revan team?
Faster than the Revan team.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You just need them to be faster. Because if you can start getting that plague... Now, you might be able to survive the initial onslaught. Grim was just mentioning, right? You get the mark that's on one of your Night Sisters. And I don't know if Talzin is forced with the mark. I have seen it more often than not on Talzin, but I don't know if it's a forced mark like it is with Treya. But your Talzin gets a res once you get your zombie over gear 10, right? So you'll get the 2 reses and all of that stuff. So you do want to get your zombie to gear 10, and then you just try to survive the initial onslaught with your Talzin. And once you survive the initial the onslaught with Talzin, whether it's by 1 res or 2 reses and stuff, then you can start spreading around the plague. You can start dispelling with Asajj. One thing of note, you do probably want to use, and some people forget this, use the basic on Night Sister Zombie and not her special. Because her basic puts tenacity down and it lets you land that plague. If you do the special, there's a chance. Revan gives some tenacity, but it's not like a huge amount like Bastila. But if you do the special with Night Sister Zombie, you have a chance of putting plague, but it could be resisted. Versus if you can land that tenacity down, which does not go through potency and tenacity to land, then you can do a plague much easier and have it spread. So to go back to what Grande has said before, do a basic with your Night Sister Zombie.
We got a $10 donation from Ham and Cheese.
Hey!
Thanks for the roster review, guys. I don't always get to watch live, but I do catch up every day. Thanks for all what you do.
Hey.
And I am trying to catch up on the podcast. I have stuff ready to go. Like, I'm going to be catching up on the week of the 22nd. So, right as soon as we're done here. So I'm only going to be about a week and a half behind. I'm working on it.
little food for thought against Revan teams
Right.
is he can't mark people if they're stealth. That's why the Zal lead works so well for keeping Traya alive. So, like last night on Operation Metaverse, somebody was saying that young Lando sucks. And I was all, no, he doesn't, because he can stealth people, just like R2. So, food for thought.
Can't hit what you can't see.
Exactly.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
5 meter speed, double back, no trace.
Don't forget, though, if everybody's stealthed, then nobody is stealthed.
Oh, I see what you did there, Mike.
Unless they're taunting, because then they can't gain stealth.
Tits McVenom, question:
Uh-oh.
any chance at all that troopers will become meta by the time I get them geared?
No.
No.
When Mud Trooper comes to the game.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Sith Troopers are not going to be arena meta,
God
but they're still
damn it.
a really good team.
Tits, you stay on target. Quit trying to come up with... I can't wait to do her roster review again.
Well, Tits, look at it this way. Upping your troopers will help your guild get IPD faster. And IPD is awesome.
See?
Yeah. Dread training
Science.
bogus. Question: do you think Darth Malik will be the new Old Republic Sith for the month of February? Do you think we'll get a new wave of KOTOR tunes like Mira, Kath, Mitra?
It's a possibility.
Mm.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past CG at this point to do any... I mean, let's be real. They keep surprising us with stuff all the time. So if that happened, it would not shock me in the slightest. And then I would...
Yeah, I think the next thing that we're going to get is Black Jacket Han, followed by the original Millennium Falcon. And then another Chewie.
Chewie.
C-3PO with Ewoks.
Woodle, question: how could I best mod Trail Lead?
Depends if you're trying to fight Revan or not. Prior to Revan, and depending on whether or not you have Revans on your shard, it was a fast Traya. She would be like your third fastest in the triumvirate behind Scion and then Nihilus, with high offense. If you're facing Revan teams, it has nothing to do with that anymore. It is all about protection and getting a high amount of health plus protection total. And so you would mod her to try and get as much health plus protection as total, which is usually based on protection primaries on the arrow, the triangle, the cross, and the circle. And so if you can get protection primaries on those instead of health, you should have a high amount of protection, which will allow Traya to survive the initial onslaught by Revan and give your team a chance, because you can fracture Revan, you can isolate Revan and or Grandmaster Yoda, depending on how your match is going, and kind of take advantage. But tanky Traya is the way to go now. You can get speed with protection primary.
Mm-hmm. Scrooge McDougal. Question: can I get Grande and Grande to help me sue the Beagle Boys for trying to steal my gold? Also, can you please tell Grande to stop throwing jackets on me?
Oh my god. There's just... Oh. Damn it, Grande! What have you done?
When he's not here, he's causing us misery.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, Scrooge McDougal. Alright, next question. Okay, we have to distract. Go, Zanley. You have to distract us.
Jedi training bogus. Question: anyone having issues getting the achievement rewards for Territory War? We got the victory rewards, but some of our guild members didn't get the 4th achievement reward.
Oh, is that the 4th achievement, meaning like the number of victories and stuff that somebody got? That's the achievement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
assume
more
that's what-
stars and stuff like that.
So we had people in our guild, and it was weird that everybody had the same number. We've all participated in the wars, right? But somehow half of us had credit for one war that the other didn't. It made no sense. I think it's just a bug. If they're just one behind, they'll get it next time. I didn't bother opening a ticket for it. It was just one of those things. But yeah, we've had people that for whatever reason have a credit for an extra territory war that others didn't, and it made no sense why. So I think if that's the issue, then I'm familiar with it and I just kind of let it go. But they should get it next time. You can open a ticket if you want, but I don't think they're going to do anything with it.
Okay, Chewy, question: is it okay to farm the OR cantinas one at a time to 7, or is it exposing me to any risk? Old Republic.
Only risk is if you're planning on buying anything. To be honest.
Well, that and you're missing different tier rewards, because there are different tiers to the event that give you rewards other than just the shards for the character.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it that way. There's nothing wrong with doing it that way. And in fact, I would say maybe it's better in one sense because mission, I think, is a little more useful than T3, although T3 has uses as well. So if you want to work on mission because you actually want to use mission, then go for it. If you're just doing it to farm for Old Republic, in general, I like to try and keep them even. And so I would kind of just go like 5-star, 5-star, 6-star, 6-star, 7-star, 7-star. But if you're planning on using the character, then yeah, there's no issue. It's like the only thing, like Grim said, you may miss out on getting some of the extra rewards earlier, but you'll get it the next time it comes out. And you have like what, two months minimum, probably before it comes out. So minimum 2 months you have enough time to farm that stuff. So okay,
that and you will hate yourself because both of those nodes suck. Their drop rates are almost as bad as the veterans.
Mock. Question: with Zader lead, am I better off modding him with crit damage on triangle or crit chance? Currently he has at 48% crit chance, 180% crit damage, 67% potency.
Are you at that 48% with the crit chance triangle? So right now it's about 50% is the cutoff for critical damage. I still haven't sat down to actually calculate it because I've been working on the ACS stuff, but it's somewhere around the 50% range where you get that difference between critical damage and offense in terms of which is better. Critical chance is almost never better unless you have something in particular that benefits from crit, like a Stormtrooper or a Lando, where they get a benefit. Or I didn't mean Stormtrooper, I meant Snowtrooper. Snowtrooper, Lando, somebody that benefits from a crit and getting more crit, that one is more beneficial. But if you're just doing it for like increased damage, I would say go with crit damage. You want to crit damage with that saber throw and just kind of knock them out. So yeah, I would say crit damage. I wouldn't bother with crit chance on Vader.
Mr. Pennypinch. Question for panel. Why do you guys think we will get Black Jacket Han? It's OG Han kit. He just has a jacket. And if, yeah, that's the question.
I don't. Grim does. Graham, why do you think we're getting Black Jacket Han?
Because hashtag give us more money, says CG.
Hashtag tinfoil hat. Haha. Okay, next question.
Mock. Question forgot to mention is triangle right now is crit chance.
There we go. Okay. I would go actually offense if you have one instead of crit chance. Because it'll also increase the damage of your dots and stuff. I would go with offense on your Vader or critical damage. I would not go crit chance.
What would Harry Carey do?
I'd get Voltron to forget all this garbage.
I'm on cheese. Question: would I be better off running Thrawn with Sith or Machine Gun Leia team in Phase 2 of Sith Raid?
Thrawn with Machine Gun Leia. Actually, no. With Machine Gun Leia, it makes no difference because part of it is that you're reducing the counter chance and Leia's stealth, so it's not going to matter with Machine Gun Leia.
What's stopping him from using both?
Well, Thrawn only can be on one team. He's asking, I think, which team to use Thrawn on. So,
okay.
Right, the question is asking which team to use Thrawn on, whether it's the Sith or the Machine Gun Leia. Stanley?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say use it on the Sith team, although the Sith team doesn't really need it either. I'm assuming he doesn't have the Wampa team. So I would say maybe use it as a lead on your Imperial Trooper team if you have Magma. I'm going to go out of the box on this one.
Magma.
Otherwise, yeah, you can use it on your Sith team and fracture Scion in order to help with the turn meter gain that Scion has. You can keep it down a little bit. You can't remove turn meter, but you can slow it down a little, and you can do that. Yeah, I don't think it serves a benefit on the Princess Leia team. You need more tanks and stuff on that team.
Magma.
Ski Trooper, question: I've gotten my Lobot to gear 11 in anticipation of his rework in Zeta. What do you expect his OP ability to be?
Magma.
Interesting.
His OP Zeta is he will help Lando change his cape.
Oh.
And bring him pizza.
Oh.
And organize his files for every one of Lando's lawsuits.
He's going to have a cosmetic Zeta. When you put a Zeta on him, he's going to grow orange hair and turn into Conan O'Brien. If you look at him, you'll see it now.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't looked at it already, Lobot is Conan O'Brien without the hair. So that's going to be his Zeta.
Lobot.
Conan.
Next question.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. Question: is crit avoidance good for certain tunes and which ones?
Yeah, it's actually useful on several tunes, but you're going to look for one where there's kind of like a reason or a synergy behind it. There are 3 in particular that I really like with crit avoidance. The first 2 are Sith because they get a nice benefit under Traya, who also gives crit avoidance, and that's Scion and Sith Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
So those 2, I really like crit avoidance.
It also works good on Sith Assassin if you're running her under Traya as well.
Yep. And the other one is actually Jolie. Jolie can benefit from crit avoidance as well because Jolie adds some for himself, right? So he gets some crit avoidance on his own, and then you can add some more on him. And if you can get crit avoidance on him plus his own ability to gain crit avoidance based on like his tenacity, you could get a Jolie that becomes very difficult to kill. And Jolie's already a nuisance anyway, so I would say Jolie, Sith Trooper, and Scion would be my top 3.
Okay, Chewie, question: what do you think we'll get for the 3-year anniversary?
That's the so far. Oh no, that was the Clone Wars that they're giving us. I said
invoice.
It before. An invoice.
Veteran Chewie shards, because it's almost as bad as Clone Wars Chewie.
Oh my god. I said it before. I think they usually give us something related to the newest stuff in the game, so I think they're gonna give us enough mods to take enough mod mats in order to take one mod from 5E to 6A. That's what we're gonna get. We're just gonna get one set in order to 6E a mod.
Ooh, 3 shards.
Helenex, question for Harry Carey regarding Chewie's question. How much chocolate Vaseline will we need for the 3-year anniversary?
Well, I'm thinking a whole tub is going to be what you need. I mean, why mess around? If you're going to go all in, you go in all the way.
Oh my goodness.
Ask my good friend Val Bacon.
Oh my god. All right, next question.
Chewy, question. So it appears the leaks were right.
Which leaks?
Well, as far as the extra drops for the characters for,
Oh,
Jingo
yeah.
and whatnot.
Keep in mind something though.
That was data mined.
Yeah,
from the-
that
Yeah.
was data mine. That wasn't a leak. So data mines are one thing, leaks are another. So yeah, the data mine is correct, and the guy that does the data mine is fairly accurate with this stuff. I mean, I can't remember the last time he was wrong because he just pulls it directly from the game data that they push. So
Yeah, data mining in most cases is okay. Leaks is not cool, man. Not cool at all.
Travis Anderson, question. Offense mod seems to work better than games recommended crit damage. Have anyone tried it? It works great for me with potency, other two.
on what character?
That's what it says.
Yeah, offense is much better now after the rework. The only thing is it depends on your character. Special damage characters will benefit more from offense in general. Now there are exceptions, but they'll benefit in general more from offense than crit damage because they don't crit as much. You have the cutoff, which is around 50% now instead of the previous 40%, where you use offense instead of critical damage. And critical damage over 50% crit chances where you're aiming for. If you have a team that gives crit chance buff, then you'll benefit more from crit damage. But they did buff offense enough to the point where now it is a consideration to see who gets offense, who gets crit damage, and is there a reason why. In general, though, the triangle is going to be critical damage. Triangle still runs critical damage for most people because it just ends up being better in the long run just with the way the percentages are. But the set bonuses, you can now argue a little bit between offense and crit damage. But again, it depends on your character to know kind of like what are the stats. Is it all special damage or is it physical damage? What is the crit chance of the abilities that they're doing? What is the interaction with the rest of the team? And those are the questions that will help you determine whether crit damage or crit chance are better. I mean, offense or critical damage are better.
Ski Trooper, question. Is there a point to the Cornered Beast Zeta besides the heroic AAT raid?
I mean, yes, but not so much right now. It is useful in... Okay, you can develop a team with Wampa for like territory wars and offense. One particular team that I've seen, it hasn't been like the most successful team on defense, but on offense it does have some uses. But most people don't put this team together. It's actually a combination of Vader, Wampa, Zalbar, and Mission, because all their abilities are based on dots, and so you can get a lot of damage over time effects going at the same time that will kind of buff all of them. And so that may or may not be like one team that's just kind of fun to play around with. I wouldn't say it's considered meta by any stretch. But if you team up Wampa with Vader for anything, it's a nice Zeta to have. But in general, very limited uses right now is pretty much heroic AAT, and that's pretty much it.
Adam M. Question for Mike Hunt. Who would you like to see get a territory war buff, like Grievous, Mace, Cup, etc.?
I saw this question pop up, and I was thinking about it. Either, sorry, I'm playing Arena Battle.
There you go.
Either Tuscans or Geonosians. Preferably Geonosians, actually. But yeah, that's who I would like to see, because they've been in the game forever, and they had a moment in the sun. Oh crap! Went for the wrong one. Had a moment in the sun, and then have faded away. But we've all got them, or most of us have. So yeah, that would be my. Tuscans or Geos.
Adam M. Question: who is better to gear if you have to choose between Sith Assassin and Sith Marauder?
Assassin.
Assassin.
I don't know. Me personally, I'd do Marauder because his ship is amazing.
No, assassin. But we agree to disagree.
Exactly. That's why we're here.
Helenix. Question: my squad arena yesterday was all Jedi Knight Revan squads from 19th through 12th, walking my way out of the 20th. It was my worst squad arena rank in ages. Anyone have an extra tub of chocolate Vaseline lying around?
I sure do. I'll have Val Bacon come over with it right now. Make sure you apply it evenly across the area. You don't want that stuff gobbing up. It'll cause your underwear to stick for weeks.
We're caught up on questions right now.
Oh, good. I thought
Are we
were
really ending on a chocolate Vaseline question? God damn it, somebody ask a question.
You're damn right, Dr. Finn. That's science.
We need another question. We can't end this way. Come on, Randy.
Hi, everybody. Just to let
Vaseline
you know, me, Val Bacon, and Ted Danza will be at the Red Lobster here in Chicago taking autographs requests as we have a nice salad and those delicious cheese biscuits. Hell, I love those things. Oh, I could eat those just as a meal.
Kazakage too easy. Question: do you think we will get a lot of Django bonus shards on Friday through Sunday?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't think it's going to be any different than when they added the bounty hunter shards and stuff to the like different hard nodes and stuff. I think you're going to get them at roughly the same rate. It's going to be a supplement, but it's not going to be anything where you're going to be like, oh, I finished my character from 5-star to 7-star because of bonus drops. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Scrooge McDougal. Question: is Finn a quack?
Yes.
He sure is, and I'm pretty sure he's from the 9th level of hell, where he spawned from his master Beelzebub.
Grim. Question: how many Sith do you think CG will turn into Jedi to milk more money from the community?
God.
Blue Jedi milk.
Mm.
Hooray! Next question.
Oh my God. A plethora.
Travis Anderson. Question: been wondering about such teams that are defense down teams like Deathmark, Armor Shred, Fracture, and then Revan lead with Grandmaster. Thrawn in raid.
Tarkin.
Yeah, Tarkin.
I mean, depends which raid and which phase. I mean, so we know Armor Shred and Fracture are key components like Phase 2, right? And you can also use that in Phase 4 after Nihilus is dead. Nihilus, even though you add all that stuff, if you're not careful, he's just going to gain protection, and so that stuff isn't going to really, really help. Deathmark can help, but there's different phases where it's beneficial. And we're talking about the Sith raid in particular, Phase 3. That's where you'd want to use it for. Revan, I think you want to use it in Phase 3 as well. I mentioned this yesterday. I think the team that you'd look for is a Boba lead with Greedo, and then you throw in Revan, and then you put the Mark on there. And you basically stand alone with Greedo the same way you do Han Solo, but now you have the Mark instead of the Death Mark, so it's not going to add the extra damage, but Greedo has a chance of adding multiple different attacks onto the target. And so you might be in a better shape, actually, with some RNG with that team, because you get the increased damage from Boba as well. So that is another consideration that you can do. And he meant Grandmaster Yoda. He's typing. He meant Grandmaster Yoda.
Oh.
I mean, so you can add that to a character like Yoda, right? So Yoda can do more damage. It's the same concept that we're using right now with Wampa in Phase 2, with Rolo in Phase 3, with Princess Leia in Phase 2. I mean, yeah, it can definitely work. It's just a matter of what is the team composition and are you cannibalizing teams for other phases? Assuming you're talking about Sith Raid. Heroic AAT is a little bit more open. So if you like AAT, you can pretty much use any team you want. I mean, there's the one kind of Wampinator team that a lot of people are using to solo. You have the young Han solo that can be added in there for the solo as well. So you have a little bit more variation in the other raids. Sith Raid, my fear would be cannibalization of other teams that you need for other phases, just to try and boost Grandmaster Yoda damage with other stuff. But if you're not using them elsewhere, then go for it. They work. They definitely work.
David Lee, question: ship legendary will require bounty hunters or Sith ships, as both have had new releases, right?
I'm going to guess bounty hunters.
Bounty hunters, more than likely.
It's on roughly the same path. So we just got Bosk. We'll probably get the Xanadu Blood soon. And that'll kind of start the chain, and probably by the end of November, we'll get announced that Millennium Falcon is going to come in December or something like that.
Yep, because it is in-game. We have screenshots of it.
Mm-hmm.
Chewy, question: do you think we'll actually get a road ahead this week?
I hope so. It looks like that's what Crumb was saying that they're working on. Carrie was working on it. They're just waiting for a few approvals and stuff. So I'm gonna say yes, but we'll have to see.
Maybe TM.
Yeah.
Adam M. question: has anyone tried using Boba Fett versus Revan with his execute?
Doesn't work.
John Davies question: has anyone tried bacon flavored Vaseline?
No, but I'm sure I'm interested. I mean, the chocolate one gets kind of old after a while.
Well, they do have bacon lube.
I've heard Miss Piggy is fond of it, but personally don't know.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Kermit. Hey, Kermit.
Yes.
What?
No, not you. Me, the real Kermit, not the fake Indian one.
I am Kermit too.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am.
Can you say fake?
Fake.
See?
Can you say Desi Kermit?
Okay, we are moving on from people that are dumb. Can you say dumb?
Dumb.
Can you say virus in the wireless?
Virus in the wireless.
Oh my god. Oh man.
LNX. Question for Harry Carey: why is Finn trying to ruin RSG's sponsorship of the patented antidote to CG's butt pillaging? Hashtag use chocolate Vaseline.
I'm not quite sure. Finn's a strange character from another planet. We're not sure which one, but science tells us that he is either possessed by a demon or he's from the planet X. And by planet X, I mean I have no idea what I'm talking about. Hey, everybody, make sure you get some Budweiser.
Chewy, question: would you use Thrawn Magma in one or Thrawn in a P2 team?
Thrawn Magma in a P2 team. If you, I mean, assuming that you don't have the Wampa team to use Thrawn there. I mean, first priority would be the Kenobi, Sabine, Wampa, Hermit Yoda, and who am I missing? Kenobi, Wampa, Thrawn, Sabine, and Hermit Yoda. Yeah, so 5. That would be the first team that I would use Thrawn on, because it does get you a lot of damage. If you are, if you don't have that team, then I would try Thrawn with a Magma team as an additional boost, assuming you have other characters for the Machine Gun Leia, because Machine Gun Leia really just needs tanks and healing. So once you get Akbar Lead, Princess Leia, Hermit Yoda, General Kenobi, ideally you have another tank, whether it's, and I mentioned this before, I think Clone Wars Chewie is probably the best one in that spot, but most people don't have him, and so you'd look at somebody like Shore Trooper maybe, a non-rebel taunter, Sun Fac is one that you can use, although he's not the greatest. He's tanky, but he's not the greatest one to put in that spot. Whatever it is, Thrawn doesn't fit that team. And so I would say make another Phase 2 team with Magma Trooper, if you have Magma Trooper, and then run like an Imperial Trooper in Phase 2.
Adam M. Question number 100. We have had Rebel meta, then Resistance, Sith, now Jedi. Which faction will be the next meta?
Jawas.
I hope not.
Revan.
Droids.
Tuskens.
Droids. It'll be droids.
I hope not.
Revan.
What, droids?
We've already droid.
It depends on if they rework Grievous to where he doesn't suck.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make Grievous relatively good here. There's a lot in the whole Star Wars right now and the whole gaming stuff, and starting with Battlefront, where I know Grievous has been underwhelming from what I've seen in Battlefront, but I think they're still trying to make Grievous useful. So I think it's going to be Grievous rework pushing for a droid team pushing the meta. Now, whether or not it's going to have, like, overtake Revan, I doubt that. Can it be a counter to Revan, but like really, really weak on defense? Yeah, I can definitely see something like that. So it just depends on what you mean by next meta. I don't think Revan is getting replaced at the top of the meta right now, but other teams will show up like droids that can beat it more easily.
I think that if they do a Grievous rework, they got to make him just like, say, if they were to redo Mace, make him to where he's anti-Jedi. Because, I mean, the dude collected lightsabers from Jedi that he killed. So...
Can we get Pooh Grievous? I want Pooh Grievous. That would be like the greatest thing ever. Just turn him into Pooh. That's still like one of my favorite animated gifs of all time.
the next heroic journey, and it's the character is like a giant poop emoji.
Yeah.
Grievous.
No, not that kind of Pooh. Winnie the Pooh.
Oh.
God, no, not like actual like poop Pooh. Pooh as in Winnie the Pooh with the four lightsabers. We need a Pooh Grievous, like a Winnie the Pooh Grievous.
So not a poop emoji with 4 lightsabers.
No, although that is kind of intriguing as well.
General Kenobi.
General Feces. We meet again.
Corn?
Okay.
I don't remember eating corn.
General
Next question.
Scatman. Travis Anderson, question. I think you guys are reviewing me tomorrow and would love to know a possible team I may have that'll solo heroic AAT. I don't have Wampa and have 7-star young Han, but he's weak.
Well, you'll have to wait for tomorrow.
Assuming that you are Dobby, then yes, we are reviewing you tomorrow. Just send me that in a PM on Discord, and I'll make sure to include that. Like, whatever you send me as the stuff you want me to review, I do that. But make sure you send it to me through PM if that is in fact you. And yeah, we can definitely add that on there.
RSG Vormax, question. How long before the Road Ahead post?
Hopefully today.
Elenix, question just to troll the troll extraordinaire Finn a bit. Chocolate Vaseline! I'm really trying to get this lunch stream to end on this.
I am sorry, Finity is not here right now. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep.
Okay.
And that's all the questions.
That's right.
Please press pound if you want to listen to your message again. Otherwise, you may hang up at this time.
It was as if I called Verizon today.
Hello, my name is Chuck. How may I help you?
I love the
Oh god,
fact that
Ted Dances in the chat.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
if you call a call center from India, you actually get the US, which I thought was hilarious.
It's actually, yeah, you're actually not.
Because in the UK, when you call a call center, you get India. And hello, my name is Chuck.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. Let me see. If you are next Thursday, Travis, then you are Falcor. If you're Falcor, then yes. Either way, just message me on Discord and I'll add it to you because I have it by the Discord names.
All of a sudden, it's turned into The Price is Right. Falcor, come on down. You're the next contestant to get your roster reviewed.
Oh my God, Val Bacon's having a conversation with Ted Danza. Where's Scrooge McDougal? We need Scrooge McDougal. There's Scrooge McDougal. There it is. Plot twist. This was sanely read the whole time.
Oh, Jesus.
You're welcome.
God. All right, we need to end the stream.
All right, so thank you guys for joining our lunch stream. We do this Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. As you can see, it's madness, just absolute madness. So if you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up on the videos. Stop what you're doing right now and give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? We stream a lot. We stream live a lot. And the best way to know about it is become a subscriber, and you know when you can hit the bell and know when we're doing our live streams. Remember, we do have our live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, the longest running live stream in the Galaxy of Heroes community. Also, we have our Patreon. We're looking for our second goal. We've hit our first goal, so we're looking for our second goal. If you'd like to become a Patreon sponsor, we have different levels of VIP and that you can get from becoming a Patreon. And then we've got our ACS stuff. Finn, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah. So since you guys are here during the lunch stream, we will give some information to you guys early. We'll make kind of our super official announcement on the Wednesday night stream. But we have been working on our websites and everything for the Tiltify page, as well as on our own website. And so in the chat, you will see a link to our website and the information for the run. And you will get information there about why we are doing this, and you'll be able to see, in particular, Stu's story. And if you guys haven't, there's a video there that you guys can watch. Stu tells about his battle with cancer this year, and so you'll be able to see Stu's story. You'll also see the links where you can join us. There is a link to the Tiltify page. There is also a link directly to the ACS page. And if you do the Tiltify, we actually have a bunch of rewards and stuff up already that you guys can start getting. Then we have a bunch of challenges and polls, kind of like last time. And it's just so we'll go into more detail about it on tonight's stream. But for those of you guys that are here on the lunch stream, we figure we'll give it to you a little bit early, and you guys can visit that and get some additional information before the night stream.
There you go. Science. All right, so make sure you tune in for tonight for more information about that. So on behalf of myself and the RSG crew, thank you for stopping by. Check us out tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow to do more roster reviews and have a lot more fun. But we will be back tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern to break down the latest and greatest Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and notes and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping in. Have a great rest of your hump day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.